Caraca, já chegou? Rápido pra caramba, né? Tá, talvez seja esse apartamento, né? Que tá o mordomo na frente, ó.
Chip? Oh my. Is it really? Yes, it is. Master Graham, you have returned. How wonderful.
Oh, good day, huh?
I shall inform Madam and her guest that you have arrived. She will be so pleased.
No, that won't be necessary.
She will be overjoyed that you have finally returned to the bosom of the family. My apologies for the interruption, Madame Songbird. It's Master Graham.
What about him, Chipworth?
It appears he has arrived home, Madam.
He has, but that's wonderful! Oh, thank Joey! My dear husband is back!
Ah, I was hoping to meet you, Mr. Grundy. Mentor Alonso, Ministry of Well-Being. I was just here to investigate some irregularities.
I'm sure my Graham needs a few moments to freshen up. Why don't I show you my kudos records? I don't know who you are, but right now we're both in a lot of trouble. So for both our sakes, you'd better convince the mentor that you're Graham.
Yes, of course.
I'll stall him. Just don't come through that door until you know enough about Graham to pass yourself off as him.
Don't worry. You can count on me. I wasn't sure what I'd walked into. But if I was to convince anyone I was Graham, I needed to find out more about him. His job, his family, his state of mind. The mentor could ask me about anything. Information about Graham was scattered all over the place. All I had to do was look around.
Tá, agora a gente vai ter que se passar pelo Graham e... Ferrou, né? A gente chegou aqui, parece que aquela lá talvez seria a esposa do Graham, né? Não ficou claro ainda, só falou que ela é a Madame, né? E ela sabe muito bem, pela cutscene aí ficou bem claro que ela conhece o Graham, né? E não tem nada a ver, cara. Aqui mesmo tem uma foto, tá vendo? Ó, claramente, ó, eles estão casados e não tem nada a ver.
They look blissfully in love. Rhythmic gymnastics, first place.
Tipo assim, agora ficou bem claro que eles são casados sim, né?
Rhythmic gymnastics, first place.
Tá, ginástica rítmica deve ser a esposa dele que fazia, né?
Amethyst or purple glass? Either way, it looked expensive. Fairy tales, courtly romances, and art books. A shelf full of sports gear and awards from years gone by.
Tá, a gente sabe então que a esposa
Gymnastics, first place.
fazia ginástica rítmica, né? É importante porque pode ser que ele faça alguma pergunta relacionada à nossa esposa, né?
Union City Red. I suspected it was more fruit juice than wine. Personally, I preferred an open fire for cooking. At least one person in the city appreciated a nice cup of coffee. Although I doubted Union City Blend contained even an ounce of actual coffee beans.
Tá, dá pra gente mexer na lareira.
Something told me the fire was not authentic.
Não, obviamente aquilo não é real, cara. Olha que doido. É uma lareira de enfeite mesmo, né? Será que se falar com ele vai ajudar, mano? O robô?
Chipworth, wasn't it?
Master Graham, may I say, sir is looking even more fabulous than usual today.
Why, thank you.
Has Master Graham lost weight?
Maybe. Does Master Graham look like he's lost weight?
Oh, yes, sir. And it would appear sir has gained some height as well. Bravo.
Tell me, Chipworth, who was that woman just now?
But that was sir's wife, Madame Songbird.
Yes, of course. My wife.
Is sir quite feeling himself? How serendipitous that the well-being mentor is here then, is it not, sir?
É, cara, então a gente pode pegar algumas orientações aqui com o robô, né? Já ficou bem claro que ela realmente é nossa esposa, né? Tanto pela foto quanto a informação aqui do robô, né?
Who was that guy in here when I arrived?
Is Sir referring to the gentleman currently probing your wife in the bedroom?
I guess I am.
That would be the Honourable Mentor Alonso, Senior Officer at the Ministry of Well-Being. I believe that he would like to see you next.
He would?
Mentor Alonso indicated that there were one or two anomalies in Master Graham's records. Public voting, kudos levels, employment, whereabouts within the city.
Just some minor things, then.
Consumption patterns, biosigns, indication of physical existence.
I think I get the picture.
But I'm sure there's a simple answer, Master Graham.
Será? Será que a gente vai conseguir explicar e vai conseguir arranjar uma desculpa pra se passar por essa identidade nova, né?
The Ministry of Well-Being is always concerned, sir, with the citizens' well-being.
Well-being?
That's right, sir. A citizen's health and happiness, their relationships and social life, all of the utmost importance to the Ministry. He might also inquire if Sir needs any support in the workplace or similar.
Why exactly was I selected?
I believe Sir's 2-week-long work, poll and social hiatus may have raised some concerns. Just be yourself, sir, and you will be fine.
Of course, because I am Graham Grundy. Chipworth, tell me everything you know about me.
Request respectfully declined, sir.
But aren't you my butler droid?
Yes, sir. I have been Sir's butler for a very long time.
Then why can't you tell me?
Standing orders, sir.
Whose orders?
You... nice try, sir. Almost had me.
Graham had made sure his droid wouldn't talk. I had to do my own investigating.
É, cara, complicado, hein? Tá, vambora, pessoal. Acho que tá de boa, né? Acho que, sei lá. Vamos ver que tipo de perguntas que ele vai acabar fazendo pra gente. Mas, cara, esses personagens robôs são muito legais mesmo, né? Tanto a aparência, quanto, sei lá, o comportamento em si do robô, né? Ele é bem divertido mesmo. Ó, chuveiro, leitor, médico.
Welcome back, Graham. Displaying your health chart now. It has been 2 weeks since your last checkup. You have lost weight. Congratulations. It has been noted that your height has increased. Adjusting records accordingly. Scanning for medical implants. Error. Implant missing. Refreshing biomodification database. Please wait. Removing cardiac implant registration. Registering Schriedman Port as new implant.
The scanner had detected my Schriedman Port, which allowed me to interact with Link, the city's old network. Since then, I'd pretty much forgotten about it.
Adjusting your health rating from C to A+.
I was considerably fitter than Graham. That was good to know.
Caraca, doideira, hein? Doideira pura o negócio aqui, hein? O negócio faz um check-up completo da pessoa.
Give me a checkup.
Scanning. Your physical health is within the top percentile for a Union citizen. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
Do you have any advice for me?
A single can of Spankles contains more than your daily dietary requirements. Look for the clown. Drink Spankles. Keep a smile on your face.
Thanks.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
Pessoal, sinceramente, eu desconfio dessas Spankles, cara. Desse tal refrigerante, dessa bebida aí que eles dão pros cidadãos, né? Será que tem alguma coisa nela, cara, que mexe com a cabeça das pessoas? É muito estranho, né? Tipo assim, todo mundo recomendar a gente tomar um negócio.
What devices do I have installed?
You possess a U-chip personal data implant in the perlicue of your right hand. It is functioning correctly. Your cardiac regulator implants have been marked as removed. Please return them to your nearest medical waste facility. You possess a Schriedman local interneural connection port in the third cervical vertebrae. This hardware predates the Minos system and cannot be accessed at this terminal.
That's probably for the best.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
Tá, vou meter o pé,
All
cara.
for now.
Due to the alteration of your physical parameters, a new uniform has been ordered and will arrive at your home shortly. Keep a smile on your face.
I was a lot healthier than Graham. In fact, I'd say Graham was downright unhealthy. I had made some headway, but I still needed to know about Graham's work and social standing.
Ok. Vamos ver aqui. Pia, será que dá pra gente usar? Dá, né?
So Graham was a cleaning supervisor? The logo on the uniform was quite distinct. I needed to find out who he worked for. If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away.
Tá, funcionário do mês, cara. Pelo menos ele era um bom trabalhador, né?
So Graham was
Ele era supervisor de limpeza. Tem que lembrar dessa informação. Provavelmente ele vai perguntar alguma coisa assim, né?
If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away.
Eu já sei que ele é supervisor de limpeza, agora tem que descobrir pra que empresa ele trabalhava, né?
After 10 years in the Gap, I'd almost forgotten what a toilet looked like. Tempting, but I'd already had my monthly bath.
Caraca, o banho do mês, cara. Que zoado, né?
I was hit by the acrid smell of chemicals. A cavalcade of cryptids. Someone believed in monster stories.
Tá, fotos de monstros, né?
I wondered if the people knew that Hobart agents had helped me save their city.
Caixa vazia.
The box was for a deluxe hollow plinth replacement lens. There was nothing inside.
Cara, que tem muita coisa pra gente interagir, cara. Muita coisa, né?
A security forces copter. I still had nightmares about those things. Twice I'd flown in them, and both times they'd crashed. I hoped I wouldn't have to risk it a third time.
Tá, medalhas.
An impressive collection of medals, ranging from bravery to long service. Most of the medals dated back to before I was born. A sword? The blade was cracked. Developing fluid and trays. I hadn't seen gear like this since I was a child. It looked like one of the land trains from the city walls. It was a detailed model.
Uniforme do Ministério.
A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger. I needed to find out who he worked for. If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away.
A fotografia pendurada. Cara, eu vou ter que interagir com tudo até descobrir pra quem ele trabalhava, né? Não vai ter jeito. A gente vai perder um tempo legal aqui, mas faz parte, né?
Those were taken by the city walls.
Ó, já interagi com a foto, não vi o sapato ainda, né?
You can tell a lot about a man from his shoes. In this case, that the man had no taste. The blind blocked out all the light from outside.
Tá, a gente tem aqui o livro.
Espionage during the Hobart Wars. Nice to see the propaganda was still around.
A gente tem aqui o que? Um quadro de cortiça.
Among the drawings were photographs, land trains, and the city walls?
Impressora.
A printer? It was rare to see one of those.
Cara, tem um hambúrguer largado ali, cara. Nossa, velho, que nojo, tá ligado? O bagulho. Esse bobear ele tá há dias ali, né?
I wondered if Graham self-medicated. Giant scorpions in the sewers, real or fake? Unlikely. The tentacle monsters would have eaten them years ago. When I came to Union City 10 years ago, this was very much the case. These days, I wasn't so sure.
Ele dá a entender que a cidade tá sendo controlada, né? Como se fosse um fantoche, né?
Anti-Hobart propaganda. Some things never change.
Tá, pessoal, vamos fazer aqui o que ficou faltando fazer, que eu acho que no caso é interagir com isso aqui mesmo, né? O terminal, ó. Ah, será que aqui em algum local diz pra onde a gente trabalha? Alguma coisa assim desse tipo, né?
The council was made up of 5 ministries. Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. From the color of his uniform, it was clear that Graham worked for the Ministry of Comfort. I knew quite a bit about Graham's work and health, but I figured I could learn more if I found his kudos records.
Então, como é que eu vou saber quantos kiddos ele tem? Será que dá pra ver aqui em algum lugar, cara? Aqui, ó, ver históricos de kiddos. Deve ser aqui,
A
né?
chart showing that Graham's kudos score had recently dropped. I wondered what had caused such a sharp decline. I had learned all I was going to from Graham's apartment. I hoped it would be enough.
Pessoal, vambora, cara. O problema aqui vai ser lembrar o que responder, né? Eu confesso que eu sou péssimo nesse sentido. Fatalmente tá arriscado eu esquecer, né?
Droids who stare at goats. A classic.
Fatalmente tá arriscado eu esquecer alguma coisa, cara. Eu vou tentar responder certinho, né? Mas não garanto nada não. Vamos ver, né?
I couldn't keep them waiting any longer. From that point on, I had to be Graham Grundy, cleaning supervisor.
Darling, I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here
Alonso?
monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge? It was now or never.
So, Mr. Grundy.
Mentor Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity records of late.
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed?
Do conforto. Isso é que eu lembro.
Comfort. I'm a cleaning supervisor.
Yes, of course. Ah, here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
Tá, agora tá a mais, né? Será que ele atualizou lá, cara? Tomara que sim, né?
I did drop down a bit, but I'm back to Class A+ now.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues. Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
Putz, cara, vou ter que lembrar o que era, cara. Eu acho que era B+, eu não tenho certeza não, mano. Eu vou ter que chutar isso aqui.
Please, Mr. Grundy, I've not got all day.
Eu vou botar B+, mas é chute, eu não lembro, sinceramente.
Do go on, Mr.
B+.
Grundy. I didn't spot a plus on the record. Must have been my mistake. Well, that is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble. And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
Nossa, cara, aí ferrou, mano. O que eu vou ter que responder aqui, será? O que ela tá fazendo ali, cara? Trem?
The land train facility. It's a fine place to work.
I'm sure it is. Department of Land Trains and Extra City Commerce. Wonderful.
Oh, yes, couldn't be happier.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy. But there we come to the crux of the matter. Your absence. 15 days is a long time. This is, of course, why my ministry has become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
Cara, no coração, né? É isso?
You mean my heart regulators? Nothing to worry about. As you can see, the beat goes on.
Yes. Well, I must say you're in remarkable shape considering your medical history. Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
Tá, observação de pássaros, será que é isso?
I find birdwatching to be very relaxing.
There are no birds in Union City, Graham.
But
Except for those ghastly gangs. Surely you don't spend your time watching them?
Come now, dear. Let's not upset the mentor.
understood.
You should stick to your photography.
Yes, Mentor. I will definitely do that.
Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology. Choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so sadly we must conclude our little chat there.
It's been a pleasure, Mentor.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so the last 2 weeks. I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling! How awful! What a dreadful thing to happen!
I believe I have all the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Possibly. It's as plausible as everything else you've told me today. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. request analysis. Now, it's clear to me that your recent concussion has had some deleterious effects on your memory. You need some time to recuperate.
Of course, Mentor. I shall see to it that he gets the care he needs.
Oh, I have no doubt that you will. And to support you in this, I converted some of your kudos to grant you both some time off work.
Our kudos? Wait, how much?
Oh, nothing too severe. Just enough to give you some time to reflect. You may notice a slight dip in your social tier, however.
But the Aspiration Day Gala... tonight.
Yes, won't it be something? I am so looking forward to it. Anyway, keep a smile on your face.
You too?
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
What in the name of Joey do you call that sorry performance?
Maybe I could have tried harder.
Look, Buster. Everything was fine until you turned up. I'd dragged my kudos all the way up to Class B for that gala. I don't want time off. I want my gala tickets. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish before Alonso's analysis comes back. Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the Gap.
The Gap? What was the idiot doing in the Gap? Was that where he was always sneaking off to? Ugh!
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure, and pigs fly. Listen, stranger. I'm sure you can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So, I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not surprising. But whoever this contact of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo.